big delays on the new model of whatever it might be. Everyone's certainly got some very strong opinions, and maybe they're right and maybe they're not, because these stories tend to get filtered from one place and one place poorly. When I need some context, I bring on Randy Kirk. We're going to make this a quick one because I've got stuff to do. I am still in China, as you can tell from the hotel room. Randy, welcome to the show, and everybody else, I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. So, Randy, we're just going to jump right into this. Have you heard the big news? Delay. It is exclusive. Reuters, Tesla to delay U.S. launch of affordable EV, a lower cost Model Y. So first of all, do they know that that's what it is, or are they guessing?
They're guessing because nobody knows what it is. And you and I follow it super close. And we have all these other friends who follow it super close. And none of us knows what the heck is going on. But whatever it is, it might be delayed.
But Barron's is reporting Tesla might delay it. Yahoo's reporting it. TechCrunch, Car Scoops, Inside EVs, they're all... And of course, Fred Lambert, he's so excited. He can't get enough of delays. Tesla's new affordable EV/stripped-down Model Y in the U.S. report says, why would so many places report it if it ain't so, Randy Kirk?
Yeah, it's so great. You know, you have one person reporting it, 17 other people copy the report, and then they use the fact that there's 18 people reporting it to make you think that they have. Anyway, I think
everyone's saying it. Everyone is saying it.
Yeah.
Except that what Reuters is saying is, we know a guy, we can't tell you who, and everyone else is saying, I know this guy named Reuters. According to Reuters, you're not reporting news, you're reporting reports. And that's how these things snowball out of control. Have we ever had any problems with Reuters' reliability in the past, Randy?
Let me see. This week, you mean?
Well, let's stay specific to Tesla, because if we just want to pick on Reuters, we don't have enough hours in the day
to talk about their.
Listen, it's a big news organization. They're going to have some misses.
If you're hoping that I'm going to remember every time that Reuters,
no,
I'm not good at that game. They don't put me on that game show.
No, and they don't have a retractions page. Every now and then they will retract a story, but what I'd like to see, Reuters, is a retraction page where you correct your errors.
Every time.
Ever would be a good start. Very few news organizations have a retractions page. It's very disappointing. And a lot of them don't, because if they did, it would be longer than their actual page. So I don't know how you square that circle. Reuters was the one who said cars would be flying out of Giga Mexico. That's dumb.
Because we don't have flying cars yet, so it couldn't be true.
Well, they were going to put them on cargo planes. Do you understand how much cost?
Flying out of Giga Mexico.
I understood, but the reality is no smarter. It is just as dumb as the joke we can make about flying cars. It didn't make any sense. And they're like, no, but it's real. And of course, the fools picked up the story and ran wide with it. Now, one that's a little more questionable is Reuters was the one to exclusively break that the more affordable model was canceled last April.
Oh, yeah.
But the NV91 had been canceled. The manually driven version of the Cybercab had been canceled, and Elon's response with something like fake news or whatever it was, something very short and pithy, was not adequate to address the story. So unfortunately, we're caught between a real pickle here, between a variety of unreliable sources, I guess you'd say. Is it possible that this model is delayed?
It's possible that it's delayed. It's possible that it's canceled. It's possible that it was canceled a long time ago. It's possible. Anything's possible. But
absolutely.
But I'm still holding on to my cars and models story.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with you. The thing with this, and by the time this story runs, the earnings call has already happened. We probably already have clarification, so hopefully this doesn't age too poorly. The whole point I'm wishing to convey here is be skeptical of single source rumors. They can be true. More often than not, they are not. And I have had an opportunity to talk with Tesla employees personally, where they give me some information personally, and I know that they're telling the truth. That doesn't mean that they have the whole picture, and it doesn't mean the picture won't change tomorrow. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful with your news.
This news reporting business is filled with all kinds of stumbling blocks. I mean, even to the extent, I'm not like you. I'm not an on-the-ground reporter, but to the extent that I even go check out all of the other news sources and try to pull together the things that I believe are true, that becomes a science in itself. My wife, I think I've mentioned, is a university professor, teaches English and English Lit, and she teaches a course on how to recognize what is or isn't true in news reporting, or in any kind of, anytime you're doing research online or offline, how can you ferret out what is somebody's got an opinion sneaking in there, or they're just flat wrong? Because we've had this conversation before, I think, but it's like, if you think about it yourself out there in the listening audience, you probably have read an article sometime on something that you are an expert on. You know it backwards, forwards, and inside out. It's your job. It's what you do, or it's your favorite hobby. You know all about this kind of lure. And you read this article, and the person in the article, you're just going, that's flat wrong. And yet the next time you read an article about something you don't know about, you just assume that person's telling you exactly the truth and the facts. Well, the wake-up call is, if they're wrong about the thing you knew about, don't you think they're going to be wrong a lot of the time about the things you don't know about?
That was a real disappointing moment for me. The channel, Wendover Productions, I had watched his videos for years and believed all of the things that he said. And then when he got to Tesla, I was looking at it going, my gosh, this is like 40% pants on fire, 40% kind of speculation, and 20% filler. If you are this wrong or dishonest or both about a topic that I know very well, were you lying about the trains and the intermodal cargo? Maybe. I don't have the time to fact check it. You're gone. You're off my list forever, unfortunately. I cannot stomach that kind of thing. That's why I love, there's only so many channels out there that will actually show their work. When Jordan Giesecke makes a video about batteries, he invites you to look at the research that he looked at to develop his understanding. If you guys aren't following The Limiting Factor, you should. He doesn't put out a ton of videos because he deep dives everything. But first, what you should do is, click on this guy right here and then this one over here. Subscribe to those too. And special we're running right now, 3 for the price of none. You can subscribe to all of us. It's great.
Phenomenal.
It's a real bargain. For a limited time only. And I would say that comments are mandatory. So that's helpful. Yeah. What I would say is, how is everybody? How's everybody doing? I am exhausted. I am doing my best. It is tonight is earnings call. And when I say tonight, I mean 3 a.m. is about when I go live. So I'll be very excited about that. But it's what I got to do, man. I don't.
Well, you're the guy on the ground. You're the man. You're the guy that travels. You're the guy that goes. You're the guy that wants to get the raw info.
And get the real info firsthand. Make the contacts. Talk to the engineers. And I will tell you, my editor is giving me a hard time because when I go out and do all this extra work, it doesn't always result in extra benefit. And when I sit at home in my studio, all lonely by myself, I am more successful. But I would argue that you need the vegetables too. And this is my way of doing it. So if you support all these ventures, all of this, me getting out here to actually experience the things, just subscribe. I beg of you, just subscribe. It's what makes.
I'd go further. I go further, Brian. They should hit your Patreon.
I do have
$3 a month. What's your lowest?
I probably one or two still. I haven't gotten rid of those tiers.
So, they can really get inexpensive. Or if I bet you there's a couple of people out there that could afford easily. It wouldn't even take away a few Starbucks drinks a month. They could go for your highest. What's your highest?
I technically have a $500 tier.
You have a $500 one. I think. Line up.
Yes.
Come on, let's do it. Come on.
One person signed up for it for 1 month once. That was very great. Thank you, Anthony. That meant a whole lot to me. And he even said, by the way, this is not ongoing. I don't have that kind of money, but I do want to support you, which is very, very kind.
Some people could do $500 a month. It wouldn't even change their life. But do you have other ones like a 50? I have a 50. So
I've got a million tiers. You can support me any way you'd like.
How many tiers? How many tiers do you have, Brian?
I don't know, probably 8. Too many. So I didn't know you could just update the tiers. I didn't know you could do that. So I just added new ones on top of the existing ones. The naming convention is all over the place. It's a mess. Randy Kirk, I got to get going. Everybody in the comments, what did we miss? What did we misunderstand? Leave it. I beg of you. Everybody else, stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you, clever robots, when I return to the Northwest. And on April 27th, I'm giving 2 presentations at the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association meeting. One will be about what I have learned in China. The second will be about it'll be a 15-minute, super tight, dense recap of why Cybercab is so different. And I can't wait to see you there.